Hey, welcome back to the channel. This is the most disturbing videos on the internet today. Let's dive in.
The most jaw-breaking discovery of 2025 so far just rocked the world. A SLAR scan beneath the Khafra Pyramid revealed a massive 2-kilometer underground complex, 5 multi-level structures, 8 deep wells plunging 648 meters in sprawling chambers. Trevor Grassi, a big name in ancient mysteries, says this could rewrite history. What does it mean? Maybe lost tech from a forgotten civilization?
You are literally not going to believe what they've just found underneath the Khafre, the middle pyramid in Giza. I can't believe it myself, but I'm going to show you. There was a press release yesterday in Italy from Filippo Biondi and Corrado Malanga. They have written a paper which has got all the results of their synthetic aperture radar Doppler tomography, which is a SAR radar scan. So basically using sound waves, I believe, they have scanned deep inside the middle pyramid and all underneath the structure. And then from the results, they are able to create like 3D models of what they think the sound waves are showing. And I can't talk, I'm so excited. So underneath the pyramid, they have found 8 huge cylindrical structures that are aligned perfectly in twos. And there's 4 pairs of them, and they go deep into the earth. So this is the 3D recreation of what the SAR scan shows. So you can see these 8 cylindrical pillars that go deep down, and then each pillar is surrounded by like a circular path or walkway or tube. Okay, this is not all. This is the beginning of it. Not only that, at the very base of the pyramid, like ground zero of the pyramid in the center, they have found 5 of these kind of stacked chambers, which are identical, look like they're kind of identical in size and form as the king's chamber of the Khufu pyramid, the one next door. So these are made with huge blocks of granite, red granite that was brought hundreds of miles away to the Giza plateau and stacked very specifically in this sort of horizontal sandwich with a convex, oh my gosh, what's the roof? The roof's on the wonk, there we are. A vaulted ceiling, I'm way too excited. So 5 of them, 5 of these chambers just chilling in the middle of the pyramid, and then 8 cylindrical, massive underground structures that go deep down. And what is under that? I'll show you. So 4 of these cylindrical structures dropping deep down into the earth, they go into 2 square sort of chambers, 2 square empty spaces, which are 80 meters by 80 meters wall to wall. Each of these square chamber walls is 80 meters identically all the way around. Perfect square chambers with 4 cylindrical shafts going into them, or pillars, whatever they are, cylindrical structures with winding, coiled, maybe a walkway. We're not exactly sure. This is just what is showing up from the scans. Oh, and I'm sorry, did I tell you how deep these cylindrical tubes go under the pyramid? 648 meters. 648 meters under the main pyramid. And then you hit the 80-meter 2 chambers, and then this is a map of the whole of the Giza plateau. So in the center, wait, I'm going to move. This here is the chambers that are in the center pyramid. The cylindrical chambers going down to whatever's going on 648 meters down here. There is evidence that there are more structures that go on for 2 kilometers underneath the Giza plateau, all interconnecting underneath all 3 pyramids. And apparently there's going to be more press releases. This is just the beginning. The team are going to do some more press. This is so very exciting. One thing I will say is that the idea that the pyramid was just a tomb for a dead pharaoh, why would you need 648 meters of perfectly aligned north to south pillars that go into an antechamber that then connect to an underground network of stuff. It's a bit excessive, isn't it? Just for a tomb. I'm going to be following this very closely, and if I find out anything more, I will bring you the information. I hope you have a fantastic day. Happy hunting.
Could the pyramids been some type of ancient power plant supplying wireless electricity? Kind of like the Tesla coils.
What's called a Hyksos Sphinx that's in the Cairo Museum. You can see the work in the granite, right? They're showing you the ribs of this animal through like reflections of light, like
right,
clearly well polished, beautiful work into the stone, and then it's just been brutishly kind of chiseled into by this writing. The technology in the writing doesn't match the technology used to make the object itself. Like that's just, I think that becomes an undeniable fact that once you see that and you realize it and you start looking at a lot of these ancient Egyptian artifacts, you can really notice it. And it's like, man, okay, so how much, if we're dating and relating everything by the writing, and we're putting these objects into the story of history by the writing, and the writing doesn't remotely match the technology that's used to make the object itself, how can we say that that object was made at the time of the writing? The writing came later.
Right.
So we don't know when these things were originally made.
Almost like it was vandalized by the Egyptians. How interesting. If you're enjoying these videos, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, because we do these videos every single day. And I'd love to see you tomorrow. Let's get straight back into the action.
I came across something that changed everything. The Tartarian bell towers. A lost civilization, an architecture of impossible precision. We thought they were just church bells. Until a 250-year-old recording was discovered, preserved on a wax cylinder, buried beneath a collapsed monastery in Eastern Europe. A recording that was never meant to be heard again. And when we analyzed it, the data made no sense. Frequencies appeared that don't exist in modern tuning systems. Oscillations extended beyond standard auditory perception. Decay patterns defied known acoustic laws. The harmonic overtones weren't random. They matched geometric structures found in sacred architecture, resonating at frequencies that align with bioelectric fields in the human body. This wasn't just a sound, this was a transmission. Modern science tells us that sound can affect the brain. It can synchronize neural activity, stimulate the vagus nerve, even alter gene expression. But this was something else. The Tartarians built these towers with frequencies engineered to interact with human biology. Their bells weren't just ringing. They were broadcasting structured resonance, potentially influencing consciousness itself, and then all of them were removed. The towers dismantled, the bells taken down. I came across something that changed everything. The Tartarian bell towers. A lost civilization, an architecture of impossible precision. We thought they were just church bells.
You gotta ask yourself, why did they get rid of all the ancient bell towers?
In 1976, Montesilvano, Italy, witnessed an extraordinary event when Professor Bruno Sammachichia encountered Dimpietro, a 9-foot-11-inch tall entity from the fourth planet of the Altair system, 16.7 light-years away. Identified as Mr. Canio by close human contacts, Dimpietro was the commander of an extraterrestrial base off the Adriatic, undetectable by human technology due to advanced cloaking. This encounter was part of the W-56 program, initiated in 1956 for extraterrestrial interaction, focusing on photon manipulation, which Dimpietro could perform naturally, suggesting quantum field manipulation capabilities beyond human understanding. The photograph capturing this event, taken by Sammachichia, was secured in a Swiss bank vault, emphasizing its scientific and historical value. Dimpietro's biology included materials not found in Earth's periodic table, indicating a unique evolutionary path. His emotional and cognitive behaviors, including humor and music, provided insights into a complex extraterrestrial psychology, showing capabilities for cultural exchange and communication through art, like playing the violin. This event challenged existing scientific frameworks, prompting a re-evaluation of human understanding regarding life, consciousness, and our place in the cosmos. It underscored the need for new ethical and scientific approaches to engage with extraterrestrial intelligence, pushing the boundaries of what was considered possible in human science.
That's not the first time I heard of an alien human. What was the other one? Like something Thor?
I have a picture of one of the aliens been working for the United States Pentagon for the last 58 years. His name is Val Valiant Thor. He's right here. There's my father in the background. This whole place, the ready room of the USS Eldridge, Al Bielek has probably explained, or maybe even shown you this picture. There's a list of some of the notable people in it. They're all the atomic bomb scientists of the day, all the time variant experimentalists of the day, all the top physicists of that particular day. This was in August of 1943. Now this guy has not changed one iota in 58 years. Started work, he came here, crashed here or whatever, whether he's under duress or not. He started work for our U.S. Navy and military operations in 1937, either 37 or 38 is what I've been told. So it's for 58 years, this man's been employed, probably under duress. If you don't do as we say, we're just going to use you for alien bait or something. I don't know. But anyway, he basically hasn't changed. He lives for 490 years, is what he says his lifespan is. Now, he's supposedly a semi-benevolent, he's a human-looking type person. He has 6 fingers and 6 toes, and he's got one oversized heart, one lung, giant lung. His blood vessels are bigger. He's got copper oxide for blood, similar to an octopus. His brain capacity, 300 centimeters greater than ours. He has a thinking capacity, IQ, if you were to measure it, be totally off the scale, be about a 1200 IQ. He speaks 100 languages fluently, alien as well as others. He's a remarkable person. I had a chance to meet him one time.
If you think that this guy right above me is a human, well, think again. The dude's name is Valiant Thor, and apparently he came to planet Earth and spoke to President Eisenhower to discuss humanity's progress. At 8 a.m. on March 16, 1957, a giant saucer lands in a crop field about 20 minutes away from the White House. 2 local policemen arrive at the scene, and as they investigate the mysterious aircraft, they see the door on the saucer open, and they draw their weapons. Now, what comes out of the saucer ain't your typical 3-foot-tall alien gray. It's a man that appears to be in his late 20s, 6 foot tall, and average build, brown hair, brown eyes. The only thing that stood out to the police was his outfit. He was wearing like a golden jumpsuit that didn't have any seams or pockets. He tells the cops that he means no harm and that he wishes to speak with President Eisenhower. Now, the craziest part about this is that he communicates with the officers telepathically. The police don't even question his very particular request and take him straight to the Pentagon. He gets to the Pentagon and then they escort him down to a secret underground train station that connects the Pentagon to the White House. Valiant Thor gets to the White House and introduces himself to the president. Val tells the president he has traveled from, quote, the planet your Bible calls the morning star. Eisenhower's like, all right, that's straight. I'm familiar with Venus, which is the planet that he's referring to. Val then tells the president that he has been sent to Earth by a group called the High Council, which seems to be some kind of benevolent committee of intergalactic beings. Basically a bunch of aliens looking out for less intelligent beings like us. He tells the president that it's his mission to convince military leaders to deactivate, because it's not only a concern to the people of Earth, but it's a concern to people out in outer space. This gives credence to all the high-ranking government officials from all over the world that claim that there is a galactic federation out there.
How creepy was that? It sounded like it was straight out of a Men in Black movie. I know, crazy, right? Don't believe anything you hear or see on these videos, strictly for entertainment purposes only. Come here. If you thought I didn't have an excellent specimen for you today, think again. Feast your eyes on this excellent specimen. The crystals, the icy snowy crystals dropping into the dark cave, making it look like a monster's mouth, kind of a whale's mouth, If I had to name this, I would name it Whale's Mouth. Check out this stunning Michigan copper. This is one solid piece. Very stunning. I liked where he polished it. Very cool.
Temple of Khonsu is an ancient Egyptian temple located within the large precinct of Amun-Ra at Karnak in Luxor, Egypt. The gateway of the Temple of Khonsu was built by Ptolemy III.
Check out this awesome speed of this UFO.
What you're about to see is real video footage recorded by NASA showing massive structures, alien bases, and large cities on the moon's surface. This video footage was recorded by Apollo 11 astronauts, July 1969. NASA has been keeping it secret, lying to the public. United States top secret classified documents would be leaked in the reports. Would be detailed information about NASA conducting secret missions to the moon, investigating the structures. NASA would learn that these structures could possibly be millions of years old. Who built these structures on the moon? Who were they? Where did they come from? Why did they leave? What happened to them?
You have 1,000-ton single-piece objects that also exhibit some of these signs of precision engineering. You can even go as far as, well, they were softening the stone somehow with some molecular technology, giant columns and statues and things like that.
And the fact that it took an enormous amount of effort to make and move and put it into place, because you're talking about incredibly heavy stone.
And hard stone.
Yes.
It's harder than steel. Like, it's incredible work. It's like you...
Man, that is nice.
That is nice.
He stumbled on something, and it was some tablets there that was underneath all the dust. And he says he put them together, and they formed a map of the area, and showed where 7 other locations were, where he said that they said there were records. But he says he found a little what looked like a melting pot where they probably melted metals down into it, in with it.
Huh?
And he says that he doesn't know what was in the back of the...
Could he see the back, or it was all covered up with dirt?
He couldn't see anything in the back, but he says he doesn't know what was back there. He didn't excavate anything back.
He couldn't tell how far it went back, or it was just covered up? Or okay.
But anyway, he says he took some of the records out, and then he closed off the entrance, and he says that you can get within 3 feet of it, and he stumbled on something, and it was...
It looks like at the end now is a picture of a dinosaur. How interesting.
This chart reveals this unfinished brown quartzite head of Queen Nefertiti, the beautiful wife of King Akhenaten, was once part of a composite statue. Each element was sculpted separately and later assembled into a single statue. Since it remained unfinished, the head still bears the sculptor's guiding lines.
Check out this dazzling green tourmaline. Wow, this is another extraordinary piece. Nature just creates these magnificent pieces for us. Incredible.
Let's start with their visit to Keogh Falls, Ohio, as the team makes their way through the trees.
To most people, this forest is the same as any, but to the people of Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio, who remember what occurred in 1994, these woods hold a sinister story. This is where it happened. It was almost as if she wanted to be found. wanted to be seen.
But what really got everyone talking was that mysterious figure that showed up in the background, something the team still can't explain.
I don't think it's there, Peter. Nope. Yeah.
Over here.
Okay.
All right, what are we doing?
Smiling, right?
Smile?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then there's their night at Dark County Correctional Facility.
It all happened here, inside of these walls.
We found a secret door in this abandoned mansion.
Alright, so we just found something crazy in this house. Great, actually want to show. Oh my gosh. A freaking secret door? This is insane. It comes down here to this like crazy, like, I don't know, it feels like a dungeon down here. But all the way at the end, holy cow, what is this? That is a vault. Big heavy duty door here. What's inside? Yo, okay, so this was the gun vault. I bet you all this was lined up with so many guns, and this was all ammo. And like clips and stuff. Golly. What a crazy find. Alright, so we just found something crazy in the...
They found somebody's bunker, didn't they? If you made it this far, go ahead and drop Thursday Motion in the comments below. That lets me know you're a real one and you made it this far, and I thank you for your support. This was the most disturbing videos on the internet today. See you tomorrow.